How long, Lord? Will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I wrestle with my thoughts, and day after day have sorrow in my heart? How long will my enemy triumph over me? Look on me and answer, Lord my God. Give light to my eyes, or I will sleep in death. And my enemy will say, I have overcome him, and my foes will rejoice when I fall.
I never really liked working at that store. My boss was a real jerk, and the pay wasn't too great either. Something kept me there, though. I don't know what, but it must have been compelling enough to keep me in that crap hole. I guess it gave me something to do. I often hear people saying there isn't anything to do in small towns. I guess there's some truth to that, but I think there's a lot more than meets the eye.
Jacob, my heart goes out to you and your mom. Keep heart. God is with you, and He loves you. He's a good father. Mrs. Shepard.
It wasn't the agreed upon amount for a month of dog sitting, but I didn't mind. I got a lot more out of it than money. I spent hours on that farm, walking through fields, messing with old farm equipment. This is what I mean. There's a lot more to do in a rural town than most people think. Mrs. Shepard was an interesting story. She grew up as one of those Mormons from Utah. That is, until she found Jesus, or what she calls the real Jesus, whatever that's supposed to mean. She moved here to Kansas for a new life and married a Presbyterian minister in town. He passed away a couple years ago at the rodeo. It was a big story, hit the nightly news and all that. Religion is an interesting thing. On one hand, you have someone like Mrs. Shepard, who says she found the real Jesus. And then you have my grandpa, who says she was right to give up the Mormon Jesus, but wrong to pick the Presbyterian one. I don't really know much about all that. I didn't grow up too much in church. We used to attend every once in a while. I honestly think it was just for my parents to keep up appearances. I guess my dad gave up on those appearances when he skipped town. I often spent hours up on that overpass late at night. Dad stopped driving that route a while ago, but I still like to watch the semis go by. I'm not some sort of hopeless romantic, and I'm not saying I want him to come home. In many ways I don't, but I don't know. I watched anyway. That's how most summer days went for me. Wake up, get my siblings ready for the day, go to work, wander around town for a while, go to the highway, and go to sleep. Repeat. That specific night, though, I couldn't get the note that Mrs. Shepherd shared with me out of my head. It ate at me, to the point I opened up my Bible for the first time in a long time. I don't know what it was about those words, but I nearly read that whole book. One thing kept eating at me, though. The one thing that wouldn't allow me to believe in this stuff. God is a loving Father?
I read your stupid book, man. Real compelling stuff. You know, you really had me going there for a minute. If you're such a loving father, then prove it!
all confusing. Maybe no one knows the real Jesus. He really seems like the real deal, though. You know, a real upright guy. Maybe I'm too harsh. I don't know what I think about all of it. But those Christians have at least one thing, right? It's a broken world. Maybe I'll figure it out someday. But I doubt it.
But I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. I will sing the Lord's praise, for he has been good to me.